It's the famous gold claim named Pickerton. Ha ha! Well, hello everyone, Dan Hurd with Dan Hurd Prospecting here. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, welcome. I hope to earn your subscription today. I am here at my famous gold claim named Pickerton. It's actually the first time I've been into Pickerton since the waters have come down, and we're here to see what kind of gravels, what kind of exposures the spring floods left behind, and what kind of pickers we can find. I have never been skunked at Pickerton. I have always found at least one picker. Today won't be an exception. So wish me luck, and I hope you enjoy. It is a beautiful evening. We decided on doing an evening pan today because it was a frickin' hot day. The sun is just about to go behind the mountains. It's about to cool off. We probably have 3 or 4 hours, before it gets dark, before the light goes away, and we're gonna see what we can find. I did bring my tiny little high banker, the tiny little pump, and we are gonna do some tiny little digging. Ha! But we're gonna find some big gold. And if you're not familiar with gold panning or the terminology in gold panning, a picker is a piece of gold that's big enough that you can pick up with your fingers, which in gold panning is actually a fairly large piece of gold. And we call this place Pickerton because there's a ton of pickers here. We always find good pickers at Pickerton. And here we go. The Goldstream Plaster Supplies mini sluice, a rock to hold it in place, gold hog mats in below, and a good spot to dig. My hole got flooded. I got enough water coming off the backside every once in a while that's flooding behind me and then washing into where I'm digging. Makes it difficult. Might have to find another spot to dig. I don't see any gold yet. Hopefully it's there. Well, I've been digging here for about an hour now, running through the high banker. I don't know what's in there. I'm letting that high banker go until the end of the day before I clean it out. But I am here with two buddies. I'm here with my buddy Tom. Hi. And Reg. And I just heard a woohoo from Red. Let's go see what he found. This is Pickerton. Woohoos usually mean pickers. Hey, hey, there we go.
You see that one from a ways away.
The first picker of the day. Nice.
Absolutely.
Well done, Reg.
Thank you.
Well, there we go. The first picker of the day belongs to Reg. I think Tom dug it, though. So it's a Tom and Reg picker. Let's get some more, guys. Let's get some more. Taking a little break here. I have to re-level my box. It's settled in the mud. All the water's going down one side. That's not good. But again, I'm not looking at it till the end of the evening. My plan here is we're gonna do an evening dig tonight until it gets dark, then come back first thing bright and early in the morning when it's still cool out and do a morning dig. It'll all be on one video. So you'll end up seeing 2 cleanouts. One tonight and one tomorrow. Well, there's 1 tank of gas gone in the pump. Do you think it's time to clean out and see? As I was digging and digging and digging and digging and digging and digging and digging, I figured it was kind of nice just sitting beside the high banker, digging and dropping straight in the high banker. Digging and dropping straight in the high banker. That worked really nice. But as I'm sitting here, I'm looking at that sluice thinking, oh, is it too steep? Am I blowing through all my gold? I don't know. Especially since I haven't checked all night long to see if there's anything in the box. So I think it's time to check. The night's not done, but I think it's time to check.
Uh-oh, I don't see any gold.
That's scary. Looking down the high banker, I don't see any big pickers. Pickerton gold is big, it should show up. Scary. Nice with this little 6-inch sluice, I can just wash it out straight into a pan. But I do have one problem. Well, I have many problems. One problem is there's no gold, I see. One problem here is that this is Pickerton. It is a spotty claim. There are days that you just can't hit it. You just don't know what you've done wrong and there's just no gold. Always come out with at least one picker, but sometimes that's all you come out with. And now I don't know, if I don't find any gold in there, is it that my spot was bad? Is it that the high banker wasn't catching gold? Is it that I had too steep? I don't know. Well, let's put it in the pan and find out. Drum roll, please. Love how easy gold hog mats are to clean out. Well, is Pickerton gonna treat me well today? We've got one picker so far. Reg found a picker. Pickerton always gives us at least one picker. Okay. Let's see. Is there any gold in the sluice today? I see gold. I see lots of gold. There is gold everywhere. So we do have gold. There's no lack of gold in this pan. Lots and lots and lots of gold, but no pickers. Now what does that mean? That means that could be that the big flat pickers were flittering out in the sluice because I had the angle too high. It could be that I wasn't shoveling pickers in. Up here where I was digging is not a place that I know has pickers. It could be that Reg snuck into the sluice box and grabbed them all. No. We got nice gold, but no pickers. I'm gonna move spots because I want a picker. So that hole there I thought was gonna show me something. I did this entire trough all the way up to Tom, and I was getting a picker every second pan all the way up. So I thought down here I would get it for sure. But I'm starting to think maybe when I did that trough, maybe I did go down this far. Maybe I stopped down here. Maybe I stopped over there. I can't really remember. I know people are probably typing comments right now saying, Dan, you should flag it, or Dan, you should have GPS coordinates, or Dan, you should this, or that, or the other thing. But no, I didn't. This would have been about 5 years ago I did this trough. And even though I have, I want to say good memory, not really. I can't remember back 5 years. I have a terrible memory. My wife is laughing right now. So just walking over to check on my hot spot. My hot spot is down there. That's where I found just stupid amounts of gold. One pan had 15 pickers down there. It was just crazy. Now, in the hot spot, I've cleared it. There's nothing left of the hot spot. But the trough coming off the hot spot still intrigues me. There's a bit of a low spot here I could use for tailings. The trench goes all the way down there. My tailings would definitely settle into the big boulders. The water should settle into the big boulders, I should say. So maybe set up the high banker here and see if I can get something from the trench. So I was just explaining to Reg here about the best pan I had at the site there by taking one of these big cubic rocks and just rolling it out and then looking through, well, panning out the material that was underneath it. And I said on that pan that I had 15 pickers in one pan. When I rolled the rock away, I could see pickers in the mud. And as I was saying that to Reg, look at that. There it is. A nice flake. Sitting on bedrock underneath that rock. Right where I said it should be, which I wasn't actually expecting. Well, I should be moving my high banker to the new spot over there, but instead I, rolled the rock out and I'm filling a pan. I shouldn't be doing this because I could get way more gold in the high banker than a pan, but a pan is fun. Okay, let's see where that crevice held. I know the one that had the piece, the visible piece, is in that pan right there. Apparently Tom has the pan that has the good piece of gold in it. Okay, no pickers in that. Maybe one more from somewhere. And then move the high banker. Moving a high banker is so boring. Panning's fun. Well, I planned to go right till dark tonight. And, well, I'd say this is pretty close to dark. I've got this one last pan to do in the dark. And by the time I'm done that and I do the 20-minute hike out of here, it's gonna be pretty much black. Well, boys, you back tomorrow for more?
Absolutely. Sure thing.
Well, let's get these last pans done and get out of here. It's probably not safe walking around on these rocks anymore. Can't see where you're putting your foot.
Yeah, even with my mountain goating experience. Little too unsafe.
Oh, I was hoping for a picker to end the day off with, but nope. I think it's time for us to hike out of here. We'll be back in the morning. It's not that dark out here. I just pointed out to the boys how often I see fresh bear droppings on this road. I don't think the camera's getting anything. Sky? Maybe some sky. There is a trail in front of us. Hopefully there's no bear in front of us. We are blocked by the train. There's not even skylight anymore. Welcome back to day 2. We have moved spots into another hot spot of mine where I think I can redeem this video by finding pickers. I've set up, developed a leak, set up just on a rock. We are discharging into this gravel here, soaking in really nicely. And I'm digging just up there. I found like 2 or 3 nuggets and a whole bunch of pickers in that draw. I'm hoping just below the draw. I've cleared out one side, time to clear out the other and hoping that maybe there's some gold. Thrown 2 or 3 scoops through already. Nothing in the box yet. Well, I've been going for an hour now. I have put a lot of material through that box. It is just a whole lot has gone through. This is the way to go for sure. I just called my buddy Reg up here to show him because a picker just popped out sitting on bedrock. There you be. Nice picker on bedrock. This is also going to tell me if my high banker is blasting through these pickers. I'm gonna get this one, I'm gonna have a good look at it to make sure I know what it looks like. I'm gonna throw it in the high banker, and when I clean out, if it's not in the high banker, I know these big flat pickers are fluttering through. Well, Reg is holding the pan under the tailings. I am going to grab this flake, if I can, without losing it. There it is on my hand. And let's see what happens. You see anything big and yellow flying through?
Nope.
Again, just throw 1 shovelful on top, and then we're gonna see if it's in the pan. Well, let's see if it's in the pan. Nothing in the pan. Highbreaker's catching them. Let's hope there's more than just one in there. Gotta take a bit of a breather here. May as well turn the camera on for a second. Things are going very well. I'm getting a really nice trough here. This crevice has been easy to dig. We're right down into the shale bedrock. Amazing. Haven't seen any more gold come out of it yet. But one piece really indicates that, hey, there's a chance for a lot more. I really like having this little high banker here like this. It doesn't process much more than the pan processes, but the fact that I can just dig, dump, and just go. I don't have to walk down to the river and pan, or I don't have a panning tub up here or anything like that. So it's just so simple. Now, the problem with something like this is it is a long, hard hike into this claim, and you have to carry all this stuff in. I know people are telling me all the time I should bring tubs in, or I should bring my metal detector with me, I should bring a high banker, or I should dig with an excavator, or whatever it might be. But a lot of these claims, like this is a 20-minute hike, a steep 20-minute hike in. I just can't carry everything I could possibly want to use. So I have to pick and choose. Today, I chose the high banker and pump, and I think it was a good choice. Well, the pump just ran out of gas. That's half the gas I brought down. We can fill her up and go one more run. But let's see if we can see that flake in there or anything more. And fortunately, the way it shut down, there's a lot of mud in the system still. It shut down while I was still shoveling things through. That piece? Nope. Yellow rock. fill up the pump, and get back at her. Well, I'm getting poked, and that sun is starting to bake me. It is raining right now, which is kind of nice. It's keeping it cool even though the sun is just beating down on us. Must be a good rainbow around somewhere. Anyhow, I think I'm going to run the rest of that material through here and then see what's in the box. Well, that was really nice, having a small little high banker right beside where I'm digging. I can just sit and dig all day long, one little scoop at a time. Didn't have to worry about how fast I fed it. That was nice. Ooh, I see a piece of gold. Ooh, that might be another piece of gold. Let's hope. I see two. And another thing I can do to see if the machine is blowing through those big flat flakes. Big flat flakes can go through a sluice because they're so big, they surf, they get up in the water and they flip around and surf. But if they landed down below on that jagged bedrock, they would have stuck right into the bedrock. And because it's right on the surface, my metal detector could detect that in a second. So I might come back in the next couple days, throw the metal detector over that, and put the metal detector over all of my workings. Because I wasn't wire brushing down into the bedrock cracks, I could have missed something, but because it's right down on bedrock, the metal detector will find it. I see a piece of gold. I see another piece of gold. I see a third piece of gold. My record at this claim is 15 pickers in one pan. Now that wasn't high banking, that was panning. High banking should produce more, but I haven't been able to produce more high banking yet. Those hot spots I was on panning were really hot, but really small. Think I can get 15 in this one? Leave a comment below how many pickers you think might be in that pan. Do it now, because you're gonna see in 2 seconds. I saw the flash of one. It's big. Oh boy. Not much material caught in those gold hog mats. That's nice. Makes an easy cleanup. Everyone gets to see the big reveal. Nothing! No. There is a huge picker. One huge picker and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 small. That's what Pickerton's known for. Let's get that big one back up there. So big it falls away. That is a little nugget. And yes, I see the one I put in off of bedrock. I can identify it. Nice. Well, no record of pickers today. But what we got there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I would say. Although 2 of those are pretty small pickers. My guess is that one there is a 0.2. That guy there, 0.1. And these sub 0.1s. Now I can do better than that at some of my other sites, but it's all fine gold. I love this big coarse gold. It gets you excited. And that's why I keep coming back to Pickerton. Even though the claim I'm going to tomorrow, I know I'll get probably 5 or 6 times as much gold, it will all be small. Here, I get big chunks. Why? I don't know why they've come to Pickerton, but they like hanging out here. Can never get enough shots of the good gold. Now there was also a lot of lead in there. And I just put all the lead in one spot. Look at that one piece that looks yellow. That is interesting. It's not as yellow as gold would be, but it's way yellower than lead should be. I know we have had a few pieces of amalgam sponge found around here. That's gold that's been fused together with mercury, and then the mercury's been baked off because it's so hot in the environment around here. That could be amalgam sponge.
You know, if this river ever went dry, there would be a whole new gold rush here. There's probably a ton of nuggets sitting at the bottom of this river.
You betcha. Back in the gold rush days, they did dredge lots of this river. Big dredges on this thing. Every once in a while you can still find a bucket of an old bucket dredge on some of the shores. Looks like I didn't have my mats pushed all the way to the top. There's a little spot on top of the mats that caught a bit of material. I wonder if it caught any gold. A few fly poops, but no more nuggets. I'm gonna put those fly poops back so they grow bigger. No, gold doesn't actually grow. I know. Well, that was a bonehead move. If all my last clips since the high banking looked a little funny, it's because I had my camera on ultra slow mode. It does record, it records audio, it records everything normally. It's just the resolution, it looks a bit funny when I'm on that mode. So if you saw some weird footage in the last, few clips, that's because bonehead move. I'm a YouTuber. I should know better than that. Anyhow, there's the good quality video again. Hey, there's the good quality gold again. I'm just sitting here staring at my gold. I can't get enough of it. Love that stuff. It's cool out today. We could keep going. I really should actually go and start looking for more. Not that I'm greedy or anything, but more. Gold panning tip of the day. When you're taking close-up shots of your pickers, put them on your pinky finger. It makes them look bigger. And of course I will be taking those home, weighing them all up, taking close-up pictures, all that kind of stuff. So stick around to the end to see the final product. Lots of people will ask on some of these Fraser claims why I'm not mossing. Yes, moss like that does collect a lot of gold. It's like a natural sluice box. As water flows over it, if there's any gold in the debris that's flowing over it, it gets caught in the moss and the sand and whatnot goes away. Well, the reason I don't moss, why I don't go after this stuff, is here in British Columbia, they have rules to protect the environment. And one of the rules is that you're not allowed to disturb the greenery on gravel bars. Now, that's mostly meant for like shrubs and trees and bushes, that kind of stuff. But even weeds and moss does technically fall under that rule. It doesn't really matter if the odd weed gets pulled or the odd rock with moss on it gets disturbed, but actually purposely going after the moss and stripping big areas of moss, that is what they're trying to get away from. They don't want the foliage, the live plants, to be harmed by us miners looking for gold. So, I don't mind rolling the odd rock over that has moss on it. That doesn't bother me. I don't mind the odd weed getting pulled, but I'm not about to start stripping moss off of the bedrock or removing bushes, plants like that. I'm going to try to keep those in place to keep the environment in the best health that we can while we're still doing our prospecting. There's sort of my PSA for the day. Keep the greenery in place. It's a helicopter flying over us. The ministry is checking up on us. They do that. They actually take helicopters and fly up the river and look for people doing bad things. So I'm pretty much done digging. I'm just tired right now. But what I'm doing right now is I'm high grading a few spots and just filling pans. And we're gonna make sure that Reg finds at least one more picker today before we get out of here. I wonder if that's why I always find at least one picker at Pickerton, is I'm so stubborn I won't leave until I find one. But we're gonna get Reg one today. Somehow. This is not good. I'm starting to feel like a failure. I can't find Reg a piece of gold. And I call myself a prospector. Hey, 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 he found something! What'd you find?
Biggest flake of the day.
The biggest flake of the day. Oh, and a bunch of little stuff too.
Yeah.
It's not a picker, but you got a good flake. Apparently I'm a failure. Couldn't find Reg a picker. Well, I got one more pan. Okay, Reg, I'm not digging anymore. If there's nothing in that pan, there's nothing.
Sounds good.
Go give it a shot. It was a really nice spot. Right below the chute that I think was bringing in all the gold. And actually that piece of gold that I saw pop out earlier today was just down from it. So it was right there. We're in the right spot. Yep, make sure it's not stuck to the bottom. Because all I'm gonna do is take that pan and bang it out now. Our little tailings pond is dried up enough that he has to walk down to the river now to pan. And it is treacherous going down that hill. He's looking awfully closely at his pan, which means the gold that's in there is not very big. Well, it wasn't for lack of effort. It just wasn't Reg's day today. But we did really well in the high banker. Let's time warp home right now, show you what those pieces look like and how much they weigh. Well, there's the gold for the day. Looking pretty nice. A whole bunch of big pickers and a whole bunch of fine gold. Let's see what it comes out to. It comes out to 1.32 grams. Nice. Okay, let's see how much that big one weighs. It comes out to 0.338 of a gram. She's pretty nice. Gotta love pickers. 0.3 picker from Pickerton. And the next biggest, 0.14. A 0.3 and a 0.14. And then a bunch of smaller. Well, before I sign off, I have to say a huge thanks to Reg here, my moderator on YouTube. He takes care of all the chats every Sunday morning on the live chats to make sure, you know, all the people are behaving well. So thank you so much, Reg. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave me that thumbs up. If I haven't earned your subscription yet, I hope I earned your subscription today. And a big thanks to everyone, especially my patrons. Because of the support of my patrons, I get to make these weekly episodes of Dan Hurd Prospecting. Hope you're all having a great day. And until the next one, bye.